everybody. My name is Victoria Treviño. I'm the director of the Youth Ballet Company of Mexico City. And each year we perform a wonderful ballet called Nochebuena. Some people ask me, where did you get that inspiration? And it's very simple. I got it from a wonderful legend and a great book. Today, I'm going to share with you that wonderful book and tell you all about this wonderful legend that will surely make you think, maybe I should spend Christmas time in Mexico. Let me show you which one it is. Here it is. It's called The Miracle of the First Poinsettia. And it's a Mexican Christmas story. Between us, I believe it's absolute truth. My grandma used to say it was. So I think it is. Before we get started, let me introduce you to two wonderful little friends that we've got here. First is little Nita. She's got all her Mexican dress, look, and her wonderful braids, and her dear friend, the angel. These two puppets were given to us on one of the seasons of Nochebuena, and they've been part of the family since then. They were made by a student of ours that's called Katia Martinez and her mom, which we send all our best regards and thank you for giving us these two characters of this story. So they will stay with us so you can hear the story and maybe they will have something to say at the end. Let's get started. Right, The Miracle of the First Poinsettia. It's written by Joanne Oppenheim and fabulously illustrated by Fabian Negrin. Have a look at these wonderful red flowers. They're so velvety and colourful. And check how they look so great in the arms of this lovely child. Before I tell you the story, let me tell you something really funny that I found so wonderful. The author dedicates her book to her dear parents Helen and Abe Fleischer with happy memories of our sunny days in Mexico together. Miss Joanne surely passed in time here in Mexico. And the illustrator, which I salute with my heart, dedicates his work with this book to Mr. Emiliano Zapata and Pancho Villa. Those two are very famous heroes of the revolution in Mexico, so I find it delightful that he dedicates his work to them. Well, I think it's time to get started. Let me get ready. Once upon a time in Mexico. High in the mountains of Mexico, daylight was beginning to fade. Soon it would be La Nochebuena, Christmas Eve. In the market, little Juanita wondered which piñata she would buy for her little brothers. If only she had the pesos to spend. For most children, it was a happy time, but not for Juanita, not this year. Baba had lost his job and they had no extra pesos for toys or candy. Let me show you the illustrations. High in the mountains of Mexico, you can see the little town. That's where little Juanita, or her nickname Nita, is. And here she is in the market. And she's looking at the piñatas and what they sell in the market. It's always ever so colorful in the markets of Mexico. Señor Rojo waved to Juanita in the marketplace. Well, maybe she could cut and tie strings for all the marionettes that he sold. She could earn extra coins for her family. Not today, Nita. I'm closing soon for La Navidad. But this is for you. Señor Rojo gave Juanita a little sack of galletas or sweet cookies. Feliz Navidad, Nita. Gracias, Señor Rojo, gracias. Señor Rojo sold all these types of marionettes in the market. They were very, very pretty and they were all handmade. Have a look. From skeletons to little devils, to soldiers, to foxes, to kings and wonderful Spanish dancers. And there he's giving little Nita a sack of wonderful, yummy, sweet cookies. Well, I wonder what Juanita's going to do. Oh, well, I'm sure she's wandering still in the market. Yes. Walking through the market, Juanita admired the towers of fruits. They looked delicious. How she wished she could bring a small basket of bright red berries to place at the altar for baby Jesus, just as she had done last year. She wondered how much would it cost for just one little basket. ¿Cuánto? She asked, putting her hand out. But Senora Martinez seemed to misunderstand. No beggars here, she scolded Juanita. Vete, anda, largo de aquí. Juanita ran away. Why would the Senora call her that? She was no beggar. She just wanted to buy presents for her family and one small gift to bring to the church as the other children would do that night. Well, Senora Martinez, I think you're very grumpy. Let's have a look at the grumpy lady of the market. Oh my goodness, she does look grumpy indeed, poor little parrot. And there goes Nita running away from her. Oh goodness. Let me tell you something that happens in Christmas Eve in many towns of provinces in Mexico. It's the birthday of baby Jesus, and the tradition tells us that children take a little gift to baby Jesus. It could be some eggs, some fruit, maybe a bit of candy, maybe a hen. I don't know, something that you would have and that you would give in honor to little baby Jesus and his birth. Many churches do the Misa de Gallo, that means the midnight mass, and that's when all the children with candlelight bring a gift to baby Jesus. It still happens today. I've seen it. It's a wonderful tradition, and no wonder Nita is very worried. Well, darkness was falling as Juanita hurried home. She was still trying to think of something she could bring to the baby Jesus. She had the galletas that Señor Rojo had given her, but those were for her little brothers. Maybe she could make a small gift. But what? Not far from her house, Juanita's friends Margarita and Ana called to her. Nita, Nita, we have been looking for you. Come with us. Juanita always loved to go singing with her friends every night for the 9 nights before Christmas. Families and friends went from house to house singing songs and then gathering together for las posadas. These are joyous fiestas to celebrate the coming of Nochebuena, or Christmas Eve. These were always the happiest nights of the year. Come on, Nita, come with us for the last posada. I can't, said Juanita. Mama needs my help. Will you come to the church with us later? Asked Ana. I have no gift to bring, she answered. That doesn't matter, said Margarita. But it did matter to Juanita. How could she go to the church when all her friends were bringing gifts to the baby Jesus and she had none? Well, let's meet Ana and Margarita, the friends of Juanita. Oh, you see? There they go. I love the braids that these girls wear with wonderful flowers. And then you can see how Juanita is going back home. She looks a little bit sad, and her 2 friends are going home too. They're going to celebrate the last of the posadas. Well, this story is looking a bit worrisome, but it will get better. Listen to this. That night, there was no posada at Juanita's house. Together, her family ate a simple meal of tortillas and beans with rice. Juanita gave the little ones the cookies that Señor Rojo had given her in the market. Next year, said Papa, I will have a new job and we will make a real party. a big posada with a piñata and a feast here with our little house and our family. Papa took down his guitar and sang with Mama. Nita and her little brothers, Manuel and Bebito, were really happy. There we go. This is the house of Juanita. You see, they're having a simple meal, but they're all together. It looks yummy with that red sauce. And here is Papa singing to them. I bet he can play that guitar and sing wonderfully. Right. An hour before midnight, when the moon had risen in the sky and the old bells began to chime in the church tower. "Come, Nita, it's time for church," said Mama. "No, I can't go," answered Nita. Mama took Juanita's face in her hands. "What is wrong?" "I'm not going." Juanita felt the tears coming. "I have no gift, Mama. None of you or Papa or my brothers have gifts. I have nothing to give you and nothing to give baby Jesus." "Ay, mija, you give gifts all the time. You gave little cookies to your brothers. You sang songs for Papa. You bring such joy. To us, you are a gift." "But what about the gift for the baby Jesus?" "Ay, Nita," said Mama, "there are no greater gifts than the ones you bring in your heart." Wise words from Mama. I think Nita is very lucky to have such a great and wise and loving mom. Have a look. This is the church. Wonderful moon, and it's almost time for midnight mass or misa de gallo. And there is poor Nita. She's really feeling sad. Mama is trying to tell her that it doesn't matter. We don't need money to make the best gifts. Let's see what happens. Oh, little Nita is getting excited by the end of the story. There we go. Stay still, Nita. The best is yet to come. Wow. From all over the village, people made their way to the church. Juanita followed her parents, who carried the little ones with them. But at the doorway, Juanita stopped. She did not go in. How could she go into the church with nothing, not even a candle to place at the altar? Look at this wonderful church. Churches in Mexico look very much like this one. And look, everybody's carrying candles. There's fireworks in the sky. And the altar is full of candle lights. Look. Well, well, well. Juanita hid in the shadows outside the old church. The tall doors were opened wide, and the music of the mariachi band, with brassy trumpets, strumming guitars, and joyous singers, filled the night. Juanita hummed along as the mariachi sang in the old lullaby. Juanita could not hold her tears back any longer. How she longed for everything to be as it had been when Papa was doing well and Christmas was filled with joy. Juanita, Juanita, a sweet voice whispered. Juanita looked behind her. She did not see anybody. Let's see. I wonder who's calling Juanita. There she goes. And look, she's outside the church. She's missing all the fun and the celebrations. The mariachis are singing old lullabies for baby Jesus. And everybody's inside, but she's out. She's been hearing someone call her name. This is getting interesting. Let's keep on reading. Juanita, the voice whispered again. Do you see the green leaves growing all around my wings? Wings? Juanita looked around. The only wings she saw were on a little stone angel, nestled among some weeds. Could a statue speak? How could that be? But it must have spoken. Pick the leaves, Juanita, and take them into the church, said the angel. Wow. Check this out. Oh my goodness. The angel is speaking to Juanita. She looks very impressed. And here are some weeds. Imagine if that happened to you. Wow. Let's see. Juanita was frightened and a bit confused. She wondered how she could bring such plain weeds to the baby Jesus. Don't be afraid, Juanita, the angel spoke again. It was as if she knew that Juanita was thinking and was worried and was confused. Don't worry about how the weeds look to you. To the baby Jesus, they will look not like weeds. They will look beautiful. He will know they are a gift from your heart. Well, so Juanita pulled at the tall leaves that grew around the little statue. She pulled and pulled until her arms were filled with a huge bunch of leafy green stalks. There she goes. She's pulling and pulling outside the church, all these weeds, and the angel is telling her to get loads and loads. This angel seems to be very wise too. Oh my goodness, look at the face of Juanita. She doesn't look very impressed, but she's holding the weeds. At midnight, as Juanita walked into the church, she became very nervous. What would people say when they saw that she was bringing to the baby Jesus only weeds? She was afraid to look to her left or right, looking straight ahead. She could see that the flickering light of hundreds of candles were at the altar. Wow. Look at everyone. Aha! But what is this? I don't see any more weeds. Something magical has happened. Let's find out. As Juanita made her way down to the aisle of the crowded church, she heard someone say, "Qué hermosa!" How beautiful. Another person whispered, "Qué linda!" How lovely. To Juanita's surprise, no one looked angry or upset. Why was everyone smiling at her? It was then that Juanita realized that the armful of weeds she was carrying had miraculously transformed into the most beautiful star-shaped scarlet red flowers, the most beautiful she had ever seen. She knew, as she kneeled and placed the glorious red flowers in front of baby Jesus, that it was true. Finally, she understood. A gift from the heart is the best gift of all. She was so happy. She just said, "Feliz Navidad, niño chiquito Jesucito." She whispered, "Happy birthday" to baby Jesus. Isn't this the most beautiful picture? Look at everyone is so impressed. Wow! I bet they never expected something like that. And there she goes, placing these wonderful red flowers. Well, this is really miraculous. This is magic. Never before had anyone seen such a splendid kind of flower. The Mexicans call it Flor de la Nochebuena. Many people now call these flowers poinsettias. They decorate homes and churches all over the world at Christmas time. In Mexico, they are so plentiful, they still grow like weeds. They brighten gardens and remind us of the hope, the joy, and the miracle of Christmas. And yes, if you travel through Christmas time in Mexico, this is what you will see. Bunches and bunches of flores de Nochebuena all around the country. I even have one over here. There we go. Nochebuena is a wonderful flower. I adore seeing it every year, sprouting and coming alive to brighten our houses and our gardens. And I bet these two made a wonderful choice of listening to each other and understanding. The best gifts are always the ones that come from the heart. It doesn't matter how much it costs. It's really the joy, the innocence, and the faith. Right, girls? Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this little story. And let me tell you, each time we present our Nochebuena ballet with the Youth Ballet Company, it is such an experience. We transform the stage into a little Mexico, a little piece of Mexico. And we do use inspiration from this book. Hopefully, we'll be able to transmit very soon our ballet, Nochebuena. And you will be able to see what children and young dancers can do with a glorious story like this one. Again, many thanks for listening. Many thanks for seeing this. And if you love this story, go and search. I'm sure your country also has a wonderful Christmas story. Feliz Nochebuena. Merry Christmas.